I was like black until I came here. I was like, oh, okay. I guess
We have this boy friendship going on right now where we hang out all the time and we have chats, but we talk about like stupid things. If someone asked me what's going on with Kalinda, how's she doing, what's like, I would be like, yeah, I guess she's okay.
Teenagers scare me. Black women are meant to be sassy, and so I would have comments where like I have a bland reaction to something and people would expect more and they would talk more about it. I'm like, that's all I got.
Sorry, I'm boring.
Yeah, sorry I'm boring.
If I go to your room right now, what am I like? Walk me through it. Except all the sex toys that you told me about.
They are hidden.
Should we do it?
Get away.
We're doing this. I actually love that you're sitting here with your crochet, because that just like sums you up in a frame.
This is how I usually am at home. If I don't reply to your text message, just know that I have a hook in my hand. I am trying to make a sweater for my friend, she's my colleague, but she's my friend now.
Yeah.
She's got a 3-year-old. He recently just turned 3 years, and I've been wanting to crochet something for him for a while. But I told her to send me her son's measurements.
Yeah.
But she's like, remind me when I get home. But we keep forgetting and then only remembering when we bump into each other. So I just started one day and I just went with it. But now I'm scared to text her to ask for the measurements because I've already started, and if they're incorrect,
if it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit.
Yeah, if it
just give it to some other child.
Yeah, no, because she's having another baby, so I'm like, if this doesn't fit, recycle it. If you're an older sibling, actually no, if you're a younger sibling, you understand because you're the one that gets the hand-me-downs.
You have a few older siblings, right?
I do. See, my family dynamics is very... Backstories have backstories.
I love that. We have time.
So, like, biologically, I have 3... I use that term very loosely. I have 3 siblings. So, my mother, like my birth mother, her name was Precious. She had 3 kids. So, my older brother, who's like 10 years older than me, and then my older sister, and then me, and then so that was like Precious's kids. But culturally, I don't know, you probably have it, but we raise our children in like a community, and sometimes it could be other people from outside family, sometimes it's just like extended family. So we grew up around my grandmother a lot, and she had about 7 or 8 children. Okay. And so all the grandkids...
For her own or the community?
Her own.
Oh, her own.
Her own. Yeah. So like all her children's children would go and hang out there, and we were just raised together. But also in my culture, my mother's sister's children are my siblings. So that's why I am my birth mother's youngest child, but I don't say I'm the last born because there's other people now behind me. There was a point when I was the youngest in the family. Listen. And then all these others started coming, and it's just ruined it for you. I have many siblings in that regard. Like here in New Zealand, I have 3. Yeah. So these are all my mom's sisters' kids. My biological brother and sister are still back home. Yeah. But there's only 5 of us here, so it's like a little wee nuclear family, I guess. Yeah. So in this scenario, this is where I'm the middle child.
So my sister is like 9 years younger than me, and I kind of get it. Younger siblings can be annoying for a while, but then they grow up, and then you have a really good bond. So
yeah, I mean, it's all everyone else's fault, you know. Like, what do you mean? From the parents to the older siblings as well. Like,
What did they do?
We don't become, right now I'm speaking as a former young child. We don't become the way we are overnight. It's the way you guys are treating us. If you call me a baby, I will be a baby. So 10 years later, if you want me to be an adult, I'll be like, no.
Yeah, that's cheating.
I'm a babe.
I'm a baby. You told me for 10 years I was a baby.
Exactly.
I love that.
So it's like older siblings, they'll still bully you, but there'll be moments where like, that's my person.
But you get to pass it on, like that whole like cycle of bullying and like, to the younger one. So now you got someone to take it out on.
It builds character, right?
It does build character.
I do that sometimes with my younger sister. I used to when we were way younger, but now I'm like, okay, I should
You made a peace with it.
Yeah. Like I should be an adult, I guess.
I don't think you should ever be an adult. It's overrated.
No, it doesn't last long.
It doesn't. Anyway, should we get started with introductions?
Oh, right. Yeah. So go for it.
To introduce you, I could only come up with two things, Kalinda. Like just two things. That's so bad. And like just for the record, we have this boy friendship going on right now where we hang out all the time and we have chats, but we talk about like stupid things. And
I know.
We don't really go deeper. I don't know why that is, but like if someone asked me what's going on with Kalinda, how's she doing, was like, I would be like, yeah, I guess she's okay. Okay, so to introduce you, I would say that you moved to New Zealand from Zambia, and you work in the same organization that I do. That's so bad. That's all I know about you. But honestly, like I was like, okay, how many siblings do you have? How old are you? I now know that you're 29. So I think I know that about you. I know that you're an old soul, and I know that you're an introvert. Pretends to be an extrovert at times, but your social battery runs out very quickly. I know that about you. But yeah, I think that's all the introduction I have for you. Is that, did I do well?
I mean, yeah.
Was that all right?
There was no lie there.
I feel like I should know more about you because we have been hanging out so much. No? Okay.
If you know more, then it means that I'll have to magically conjure up more stuff because I also know very little. So this is good.
I feel better now.
Oh my god. Oh, wait till you hear what I have. It's not much.
Okay, let's hear it.
So I know that you work at my work. And we've been in the same branch for a while now, but
that's the same thing. You're just repeating.
Let me.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'll let you do it.
Yeah, no, I really struggled with this because I was like, who is Komal? Who
even is this person I hang out with all the time?
I know, like she's just this random person who appeared one day, and then we started talking about random things, and we still don't know enough about each other. I do know now that you're the middle child, which I kind of would have guessed because.
Oh no, you wouldn't have guessed that.
No,
How would you guess that?
The way your traits, like.
What traits?
I've picked up a little from conversations that we've had,
Okay, tell me some traits that would have given up that I'm the middle child.
So last time when we met for coffee, when I was talking about how I would like follow my older brother around. And
I was so annoyed at you on his behalf.
Yeah, you jumped on that and you were so annoyed. And I was like, my older brother being the oldest, like he's the firstborn, he probably feels the same way, but he wouldn't be expressing this willy-nilly. And I don't think older siblings are built like that anyway from my experience. So I was like, you probably somewhere in the middle because
you seem to have a lot of aggression on that topic.
I was like, why are you so triggered right now? You must be a middle child. Those middle child people. But it's also stuff that you've said because I recall you mentioned an older sibling, and then from that conversation, not not that conversation, but one of the others. I think you did talk about an older siblings. I didn't know until now that it was a brother. And then from that coffee catch up, you were ranting about a younger one following you around. So I was like, yeah.
Okay, I was so triggered because I feel it. Like, because you told me how you like followed your older sibling around all the time.
Yeah.
And if he said no, if he wanted his own space, you would go and complain to your mom. And then you'd then he'd have to take you with him everywhere. That's exactly what my sister did. And I would make all sorts of excuses and I'll just like sneak out of the room and then like close the door quickly and he's like, can you leave us alone? And then she'd want to hang out with us all the time. And I mean, like, we had to do all sorts of tricks to like,
Oh my God.
you know, and that's just, but honestly, like, especially when I got into my teenagers,
Yeah.
yeah, I was just, yeah. I don't know why we do that as older.
I don't
mean,
know. Yeah, I don't know what the dynamics are there and why it works that way. But yeah, my older siblings used to try those tricks on me. They were like, oh yeah, let's go together. Go put on your shoes. I go find my shoes. I come back and there's no one there.
That's probably where our trust issues start, right?
Exactly. When I was growing up, I thought my older siblings were the coolest things on earth.
Yeah.
So
I think my sister still thinks that, to be honest.
I can't say the same for mine.
Okay, anyway,
Yeah,
I think
so-
we're getting distracted. I think we need to stick to
Right.
like introduction
Yes.
because you were trying to introduce me, remember? So
Yeah.
let's go back to that.
The other one that I've been thinking, actually, it's not an introduction to say
Yeah.
per se, but I also do know that you went to India, and among other reasons why you went there was to go learn yoga because you wanted to learn from the OG people. Is that still current facts or what?
That is so wrong. You were not listening, Kalinda. I said I want to do that. I haven't done that. I said when I take a break.
What was this trip about?
Did you think I was in India?
Yeah.
I was in South America.
For so long. What?
Are you even listening? Do you even listen to what I said? I told you I was in South America.
No.
I was not in India. I was not in India. So I was saying that I was thinking of like, you know, taking a longer break and then going to India and like learning yoga there because I'm like, I want to learn yoga. That was like my new thing that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll go to India and I'll stay there for a year and I'll learn yoga from the roots, you know, from my people. So that was the plan, but I never did that. I haven't done that yet. And I don't know if I'll do it, but I may, I don't know. It depends on the day.
That's where you were. I was like, oh, I need to bring this up again. So, well, you can add to the list that you know about me. Clearly does not listen very well.
Yes. So this girl doesn't listen.
Apparently.
So you didn't know I was in South America?
No.
Did we never see?
No, we never
that's like-
caught up.
Honestly,
The
like,
last
we have caught
conversation
up
about
after,
you traveling was
we've caught up
that.
at least twice after my trip, right? At least twice. I think we've caught up at least
I
twice.
think so.
Yeah,
But it never came up.
We have such a boy friendship. We don't talk about stuff. Like, honestly, you're the first woman who I have this kind of a friendship with.
Hey, a lot of testosterone. What's going on there?
I don't know. So I think like the next thing we're supposed to do is what we've learned about each other. I mean, it's going to be really funny because after the introduction, I feel like we're but I think to keep it fair, you should go first.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I feel like I'm going back to where I was 30 seconds ago, Komal. So what I've learned, I know where you live now. Does that count?
No, because you have to like say anything you know about me.
I know that you're easily swayed by cute men offering wine, which is a bit worrisome. He got away the first time, but I know that that's something for me to watch out for now. If you ever go missing, I'll be like, check the footage in the supermarkets first.
Firstly, you only found that out about me today. Like you didn't even know that like 3 hours ago about me. But to be fair, like in my defense, like he was like this cute old Chinese man, like who was like so sweet, and like he was like standing with these little glasses and half filled with like wine tasting and all, and I've never done that, and I thought it was so cute. And I'm like, I can't say no to that cute little man.
Oh my god!
And yeah, and then like he got me to try like 2 or 3 different ones. He sold me that bottle. And I'm like, I don't even drink. I don't even know. But I'm like, yeah, I guess I'll have guests and they can have it. But
so you said this is like your favorite wine, but you don't drink. So did you used to drink before? Or
I have. So it's a long story. So when I was like younger, like late teenagers, early 20s kind of age, I would drink. But that was only to like be cool, because that's what cool people do and fit in, and like it was also like trying to like defy the social stereotypes. I was growing up in India, and women were supposed to be a certain way, so that was like my rebellion, where I was like, no, I'm not gonna, like I'm gonna defy everything so that I'm not I'm not fitting into your
box.
So I think like that was one of the reasons, and I think maybe the other reason may also have been like safety in a very weird way, because like if you're like if you're part of the group, because like that's something that like guys usually would do and drink, and it's like it's cool and all of that, but also like if you're part of that group, you're safer. So I think like there was a bit of that element, and then the other thing was the dopamine that I got from that just by getting alcohol, because I grew up in a state called Gujarat in India, and believe it or not, alcohol is banned in that state, because Mahatma Gandhi was born in that state, and out of respect to him is the story that I grew up with. So I don't know if that's real. I've never done my research, but everyone told me that, and I'm like, okay, that's why we don't have alcohol. So yeah, so like we'd have like bootleggers. What we would do is like we would like, it's like a drug deal, like a big drug deal happening. So you'd meet like in this dark alleyway, and the bootlegger would come in on his like scooter and like have like this weird dark bag with like alcohol, like a bottle of alcohol. So you meet in that alleyway. He'll come with that alcohol. You come with your money, and you like exchange it quickly, and you both like disappear. That's how we got the alcohol. God. It was like the adrenaline that you get from that was just like all exciting. But then I moved to New Zealand, and then you could literally just walk into a store and get a bottle, and I'm like, that's boring. I was like, it's not fun anymore. But I did drink a little bit like socially, or again like sometimes to fit in, because that's the culture, that's how people socialize here as well. But I tried that, but I've never enjoyed it. What's your story with alcohol? Like do you drink, or like regularly? Or
I do drink from time to time. So I didn't start drinking until I was 21. I think I have I don't know if there's such a thing as a positive experience with alcohol. To give it context, is I had my first drink with my mom.
Oh yeah.
So and it was like one of the wines. She knows her wines. She's fancy like that. So like I would like drink around my mom, and it would usually be like in the house where like it was safe, and we didn't overdo it. So you like get tipsy, and then you just get carried in a conversation, and just leave it at that. So I don't have many bad experiences with alcohol. And when I'm like drinking around friends, I don't know why, but I become a mom when I'm like drunk around people. I like want to make sure everybody's having their water, like don't mix your alcohols and stuff like that. But then I get to a point where maybe I've had like 3 or 4 drinks, and then the little voice in my head is like, this is enough, water, or go to bed, or something like that.
That sounds like like a healthy relationship with alcohol though. Like, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Did you have like a lot of younger siblings who you would like look after when they would like drink or
Oh,
whatever?
thankfully not.
Oh, good.
That would, I don't know how I would handle that situation. Like, teenagers scare me. Like,
Why?
I don't know what it is about them. Like, I'll jump into their bus, and if there's teenagers, I'm just so nervous and anxious. I'm like, get me out of here. Like,
Oh, really? Tell me more.
I don't know. Probably maybe my high school experience where I don't know. I have the impression that teenagers are really mean. And
I mean, they can
like,
be,
yeah.
but not
and,
all
like,
of them.
I know. I'm probably like lumping them all into one, but like I don't know which ones are nice and which ones are not. And I have no business knowing that because they're teenagers. My little sister, she'll be 18 now, and I think she's a pretty good teenager because she doesn't go out outing or anything like that. But they are some things where I'm like, I don't want to sound like a mom, but also I have to be responsible. And so, like yesterday, she was leaving the house. I didn't know where she was going. She just dressed up. I'm like, should I ask you where you're going? How does this work? So I feel like if there was many teenagers that I had to look after, I would be a monster. I want to know everything that you're doing. Yeah, I don't know. So thankfully, no. The answer to your question is no. But do you have any teenager people that you've grown up around, or?
I think like no. Like even for my younger sister, like her teenagers, I was in New Zealand when she became a teenager.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I didn't really see her, but like we have still be like I used to visit more often previously, and we have been very close and keep in touch all the time. So
Yeah.
like we like I did see her go through that teenage, but not like physically.
Yeah.
So I'd like speak to her and I'd see her like struggle with some things that as teenagers we do and like grow from that and all those kind of things. But yeah, no, actually that's a very interesting question.
That was your question. Patting yourself on the shoulder.
Okay. So should we get into like the other things that we've learned about each other?
Well, you go, because I feel like I just answered something.
I think for me, what I have learned about you is that you are an introvert, generally, and like I feel also like opening up, like you take some time to like open up, warm up to people, which is I think great. That makes you more interesting.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. It's I feel like me being like open and talking to people is something that I've had to build up over the years.
Yeah.
And so it's taken a lot of hard work to get here is what I'm saying. Like I remember when I first came to New Zealand, like I felt so different. Like I feel like we talked about it before. Like I didn't know I was like Black until I came here. I was like, oh, okay. Oh, I guess. I was like, okay, I am, if you say so. And then I just like started noticing differences in myself. Like the way I talked would be different, and people would like ask for clarifications a lot because of my accent. So I feel like the first year that I came here, I never really used to talk much at all. Like outside my family member, if you get me to say 2 words, I must really like you. I probably still am an introvert. I just, yeah, it's been weird.
So would you say like you kind of adapted because you moved to New Zealand and then you saw and like you were told that you were different and that you're like, oh, you're a Black woman, and then you're like, okay, so then you had all these experiences in the society, did that make you shut down? Is that why you kind of went more introverted?
Yeah,
or was that
I think
you?
so. Like, I do remember, like, growing up, I was an introvert, but I did start, like, to open up. Because I do remember one time when I was young and my mom was like, of all my children, I would have bet a lot of money that you'd be the quietest one, but now you just like, yap, yap, yap. So, like, to the core, I'm probably am very introverted, but also, like, coming here and realizing how different I am to everybody else didn't help at all. So yeah, I did kind of shut down because I was like, I don't want to get into a point where I'm like repeating myself or I'm sounding too different. I don't know what was wrong with sounding different because of course I'm not from here. I'm gonna sound different. I kind of shut down for a while, just trying to figure out what that means for me and how I should navigate life from that point on. Yeah. And then I guess, yeah, now I'm a little bit chipper because I'm like, ugh, I've been here for a while. So,
so how long have you been in New Zealand?
I want to say 10 years. I first came here in 2014. So is that 10, 11? What's the math?
Yeah, 11, I think 11 years old. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think a big part of it was also like going to uni here where I could, my best friend is Indian and I felt, I remember clearly the first day that we met, she was fighting with the printer and I was like, oh, she's a lot. I'm going to go talk to her. And I don't usually do this because you talk to me first. Otherwise we'll just stare at each other.
Awkward silence, but I'm not gonna start a conversation.
But she was new. I think that was her first day, if I remember correctly, and she was trying to figure out how to print the books. They only allowed us to print 2 pages, but she didn't realize that. So I walked over and I was like, "Are you okay?" And we kind of started talking from there on. But like, she was so different to what I had seen in New Zealand, like in terms of like your accent, your background. Some of it we were similar. And that helped me kind of accept that it's okay to be different. Because I'm like, here she is, and listen to her accent. It's different from mine. But I don't hate that. So I'm like, why should I feel that about myself? So so definitely mingling around has helped me settle a bit more.
Yeah. And how do you feel about it now that you've been here for 11 years?
It's sometimes I still struggle, I think. It does still take me a while to open up to people. And but I think it's easier now because I don't overthink it as much and I'm just like, just do it and whatever happens, we'll handle it from there on. So like, I'll go and start a conversation, but very cautious. But you're kind of the opposite. I feel like you're extroverted, but you can be an introvert if you want to. Most of the times that we've met, though, you've been very extroverted. And I think the times that we've met also, like, through work, you're always speaking about all this. Also, just like, side note, but like, hear you speak about like these tough conversations and how passionate you are. I think that was what drove me to like start up a friendship with you as well. Because I don't know, I could maybe 2 years ago I would never do that. Maybe today I would, but I just admired how you could just like be put into a meeting and talk about diversity, and then you're just like rah rah rah. I'm like, wow. Wow. Yeah. So yeah, I feel like that's the perception I have of you for a while. So from that, I think you're extroverted.
That's interesting. And I think like that's something that people like very commonly say to me. That's how I am mostly perceived. And like I have a very strong introverted side to me. Like if you leave me alone for 5 days, I would be very, very happy with being on my own and just being, even just like being at home. I have this like strong, like homely vibe that I love.
Yeah.
And doing like really like slow things and yeah, but I think like with this side of me that is also very extroverted, that like I love also like being social. I love people. I like speaking to people. Yeah, I've been told I talk a lot. I don't think so. I don't think that's that's what people who don't know me.
That's why people who talk a lot would say.
So yeah, so I think like I see myself more of an ambivert, where I can be extroverted, but then after every session of being extroverted and having that like energy and socializing and all that, I need time to recharge.
If there's anybody who understands, it's me. Yeah, I also go and be an extrovert, but after a few hours I'm like, whew.
Yeah, like a drain.
Take a break. Yeah, right.
Interesting.
I feel like we deviate. Did we deviate again from the topic?
I think like yeah, but I think that's the whole point. The whole point is deviating, just like whatever comes up.
You should call this deviating.
The deviating session. Deviating with Kalinda and Komal. No, I think like I wanted to like, I did have a follow-up question for you on what you started this conversation with around, as in like when you came to New Zealand is when you found out that you know people were like, you were a black woman. Like before that you were just a woman. And I think like I share that experience as well, as in like coming from India. I mean yes, you know, as you say, like the whiteness in the system is pretty prominent in India because we were colonized, you know, and then that whole thing was in the society where you grew up with a system that is more, you know, sort of designed by Western people for that community. And like so you grew up with a lot of you know, internalized belief systems that don't work for you. So that is one side of things. But then the other side of things is that you still are, you know, around people who look like you and speak like you and share your culture and, you know, all of that. So you don't like really see that when you're in your home country as an ethnic person, and then you move to a country that is like more like white dominant, and then suddenly your entire identity changes. Like and not to say that we don't face certain issues in our countries. There'll be different things.
It's a different flavor.
Here you have a whole different beast that you're dealing with as an immigrant person. So I think like I would like to unpack that a little bit with you, especially like get your views from your experience around how that played out for you. And I know it's a very open-ended question, but start wherever.
Yeah, no, I think you're quite right. Like we still go through things back home, but it's just a different type of things. Like we were also colonized by the British, and so our systems are very much like theirs. Like to this day, our official language is English, when we have like 73 other languages that we could pick from. But I digress.
Feel free to.
And like there are like white people in my country, but because I don't know, maybe because the dynamics or the power scales where it didn't matter, because I didn't know those people and I wasn't in their spaces a lot. But coming here, like we do have colorism and whatnot back home, but here it's like somehow we're all in this together. I was like, you might be lighter than me, but you're still a person of color, so guess what, we're hi, nice to be your
Welcome
neighbor.
to the group.
So it was really hard for me, I think, in the beginning, not until I started talking to my older sister about it, because she she came here way earlier than me. I think she was like 13 or 14, so she had to do high school and all of it. Thankfully, I didn't have to do that. So she was vested in all of this. So I am grateful that I did have her to like talk to. But at the beginning, it was just, I found it I was angry a lot because like when I came here, it used to be like, New Zealand is the least racist country in the world. And I was on that. I was like, yeah. So in my head, I did not expect to be treated any differently. But, and it's not everyone in New Zealand. It's just a few certain people that make your experience bad. And that you think about it for a long time. It's just one thing, but it plays up in your mind. So like the first time, I think, my sister and I we used to work, I won't name names. We used to work at this catering company. And this lady she used to make these comments. At first, I didn't even know exactly like what the heck she was talking about. But living here and knowing how some people would think about us, I started to pick up that that's actually, she's being mean, so it wasn't just like hearing something and reacting badly, but for me, it was like finding out that actually this person was being mean to me. And then also I have to now decide how to feel about it, because like when I didn't know that you were insulting me, I was cool. But now that I know, like, should I be feeling this? It was a lot of confused feelings. And a lot of feelings, I couldn't even name them because I didn't know what the heck was going on. So it was a bit, I did have my sister, but it was a bit touch and go because some things I had to go through myself. But it was a wake-up call that the world is different. Not everything is the same. But luckily, I adapt a lot. And so I jumped on the bandwagon, like trying to, not to fit in per se, but I guess to be more comfortable with myself. And I was like reading a lot, and I started talking to different coaches just to see, like, what is it like for you? Am I going crazy or? So, yeah, I don't even know what your question was, but what I'm trying to say is that I had a lot of help. So it wasn't as rough for me as it would have been for some other people. So, yeah.
Yeah, but I think like, firstly, thank you for sharing that. That's quite a few things in that to like, to unpack for me. Like, firstly, I want to acknowledge that even though you say that it wasn't as hard for me as it was for other people, it's still hard, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you needed help is hard enough, to deal with it, and it's hard for you because, like as you said, like it was a whole new feeling for you, and you didn't understand what was going on. And I think that is a very common experience that people have, and I've personally experienced that as well, where I didn't realize that for years and years that that was like inappropriate or unfair or racist or this or that. Like I would never understand that until I started working in this field. But like it sounds like you were like, it's not everyone, like that's what you're saying as well. It's like, yes, there are good people and not everyone's going to be racist to you, but then there are these select few people who are, and there is systemic racism, which a lot of people or systems don't realize, because that's just how the systems have been built. So it's no one's fault, it's not a blame game, but it's just how the systems are built, right? So like when you were talking, it kind of makes me think of a couple of things where you were talking about the teenager bus, for example, where you were like, I know that not all teenagers are assholes, but like
I don't know which one.
Yeah, you don't know which one, so you're just going to be careful with everyone because you have had a bad experience with teenagers. You are going to be careful with all of them. So that's, I think this is the same, where not everyone's going to be a racist or a bad person or whatever, like, but then there are going to be a few people, and but
Yeah.
that is very damaging for, you know, for someone to receive that kind of discrimination. So I can totally understand that. And like the other thing I connected with is what Muhammad Ali said in one of his interviews, was that if you go in a store and you know that the entire store is filled with snakes, and not all the snakes are poisonous, but I'm not going to be stupid enough to walk into that store
I know.
and trust the snakes, because not all of them are not poisonous. And I was like,
Yeah.
that's and he was explaining racism in that analogy, and he's like, I'm not that stupid. And I'm like, that is actually, yeah, that's fair, because you just don't know, so you're going to be cautious of everyone until
Yeah.
you connect with someone, or that someone proves it to you that they're
Exactly.
not a bad person, or they're supportive or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting that you bring that up, and like processing those feelings around, like, you just didn't know how to feel, and then the
Yeah.
onus is on you to understand how you feel.
know.
It's your response, and the person's gone. Like,
They're
they're
gone.
fine.
You'll probably never see them again. But meanwhile, it's triggered this whole process for you.
Yeah, and you don't even know what's happening, like how what but I'm so glad to hear that you had the help, and you had coaches and mentors that you could like tap into, and who could help you process that I think that is that makes a huge difference, right? Like, compared to, like, you still had to process a lot of things on your own, you said,
Yeah.
but just having that support just adds that.
Yeah, like I didn't have to start from scratch from other things. But
Yeah.
I think that's what made it easier to handle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's interesting. And I think like that makes me think of my second, like a question that I had for you was like kind of connected, but for you, like being an introvert, like to your core, and then being an immigrant coming to New Zealand, and then being classed as a Black woman, and then there's all these stereotypes where people are like, oh, so Black women are supposed to be like out there and loud, and you know, like all of that. And if you have certain emotions, that will be classed, like you said, like you had so much anger when you came in, like for me, I have experienced that, where you would have a reaction, or you would have a normal human reaction to a certain thing, which could be anger, which could be sadness, which could be guilt, shame, whatever, like, but when you have that kind of a reaction, it will be classed, because for me, it would be like, you're an angry brown woman. Like, you know? So maybe for you, it's like, oh, you're the angry Black woman. Like, you know, so like those kind of things, the stereotypes. So what was it? Like, what is it like where you have this personality of you, where you're an introvert and you're this like quiet, graceful human being, just like walking through life easy, and then there's all these stereotypes that don't fit your personality. So like, how was it navigating that for you?
I think it at the beginning, especially when you're getting to know people, like I had to be very vocal about me not being that. Like I don't yell when I'm angry, so I'll never be an angry Black woman. I felt like I had to explain myself. But now I'm just like, people will see what they want to see. Like, and I think like it's dangerous trying to contort yourself to make sure that people see you in a certain way, because people have different views, and there's one of you and many of them. Like, how many times are you gonna twist and turn yourself? So I don't know when I had that light bulb moment, but I did actively try and do things to appear not that. Like, I would get angry, but I would just like walk away. Which also, side notes, I don't usually even scream when I'm angry. I'll probably just go and cry. So, and there's also like, Black women are meant to be sassy, and so I would have comments where like I have a bland reaction to something, and people would expect more and they would talk more about it. I'm like, that's all I got.
Sorry, I'm boring.
Yeah, sorry, I'm boring. Yeah, I think you meet people who expect you to be like that, and I think it's on you to sort of figure out whether that's what you want for yourself. And in the long run, I did learn that that's no matter what I do, somebody will have their own perception of me, so might as well just be what I want to be anyway. So I don't pay attention to that nowadays. Like, I don't care.
That's awesome.
You do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
It's just exhausting trying to like defend yourself when you know that's not what the truth is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that I love that. Like that's awesome, because you're like, it's there's no point, because I think like you go through this journey as an immigrant, or especially like as an immigrant person of color, where you're expected to live up to these stereotypes, and and like the kind of comments that people make or expect from you, and it's just it's just exhausting, right? Like,
I know,
because
right?
you're like, oh no, I'm like trying to explain yourself to everyone all the time. I think what you're doing is great, because that is maturing in your own way, in your own journey, where you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna be me, and you can have your perceptions, and that's okay. Just you can do all of that, but I'm just gonna be me, so I'm not gonna try fit into your stereotypes. I love that.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's not always like that. Sometimes you slip up and you just want to be petty and correct somebody, but yeah, it's an everyday struggle, I would say. It's something that you just have to continue working on.
Yeah.
Lest you slip back.
Yeah. I relate to that in a way where, like, for me as an Indian woman, I am supposed to, I don't know what I'm supposed to be, but not this. Like, like I'm expected to be like this calm, quiet, like, like this whole romanticized idea of an Indian woman that the society have. Society has. Like, I don't fit either of those, and I am questioned all the time. It's like, are you Brazilian? Are you this? Are you that? Like, they try to firstly guess your ethnicity.
Yeah.
But like, like, because I'm like, I look like how I do, or I dress like how I do, or I speak and behave like how I do. People like would be like, "Oh, are you Indian? Like, I wouldn't have to say this and that." And I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you want me to put on a sari and a bindi for you. I don't know. Like, what do you want me to do?"
Exactly. Like, what is your ideal Indian? I'll be it for you.
Yeah,
like,
but also, like, I mean, I see, and I'm sure that is the case in Africa as well, and in your country, in Zambia, like, where it, like, there's the stereotypes from like 100 years ago, and I feel that people are still living there. Like, the world's moved on. For me, like, India has moved on, and I feel like, the way Indians are, there's still a lot of stuff that goes underneath the surface, but there's a lot of growth. Indians dress totally differently, like, compared to what they did previously. They speak differently. They look different. They behave differently. They eat different. Like, all of, like, there's so much progress that has happened, and things have changed. But still, like, I get this, like, your English is really good, for example. That's like a very common, like,
and they think it's a compliment.
Yeah. And I'm like, like, India is like the first or second, like the second largest country in the world, like English speaking country in the world. So I'm like, yeah, we speak English like all the time, thanks to colonization. But
no, we do have that as well in my country, where women, we've got this perception of how women should be. Doesn't matter what the circumstances are. Now, where society is, like, women should just stay on that pedestal that they put them on. So it is exhausting, but Is what it is. So bit by bit, it's changing, which is good. I have a lot of faith in Gen Z.
Oh, me too, actually. I love Gen Z. I love Gen Z.
Yeah.
We have a Gen Z here in the room, but, but
It's all up to you.
yeah, it's your responsibility.
Yeah.
No, but I think like a lot of people, I feel like with Gen Z, like a lot of people are like, it's such a fucked up generation and they have like so much anxiety and this and that. And I get it, like there's a reason for that. But I also have so much faith and so much hope in Gen Z, and they're so aware, and I don't know, I just love Gen Z so much. I don't know,
I know.
or maybe I'm this like older generation and like, you guys are the coolest. But I have so much hope in them, and I love working with Gen Z and like speaking to them and the ideas they have, the way they are, the confidence they have. Like wait, are you a Gen Z?
I am not a Gen Z.
You're not?
Think.
You think?
I am.
I think we should.
I can relate to them, but I don't identify as it. The thing is that I don't know, which is why I chose one. So I was born in 96. And when you go on Google, sometimes they put it as millennial, sometimes it's on Gen Z. So I don't know what is accurate, but I feel like I was raised by millennials, and all of my siblings, like my older siblings, are millennials. And I don't know, that's what I grew up around, but also like some aspects of Gen Z I get. So
okay,
I like to identify with millennials, because like, to give millennials credit, I think Gen Z are the way they are because of millennials. Like, we walked so they could run, you know, like you can get a diagnosis because we fought for it. Like, I know older people can be like, oh yeah, these children nowadays, everybody has ADHD, everybody has OCD. They used to have whole cabinets of spoons arranged in a certain order. I'm like, you had it.
If that's not autistic, I don't know what is.
Literally. It's just now I feel like the millennials campaigned so much for people to get tested and to know themselves. Like, more people now are being tested. That's why it seems like everybody has ADHD.
Yeah.
Like, you had it, my guy.
Yeah, exactly. Because you just don't know, right? Like, it's all, and that's the thing. Like, when the diagnoses, like when there's a new diagnosis or a new thing that comes up, like initially there's a surge in that, right?
Exactly.
Like, I understand there's also this whole shitty medical side that comes in where there is also misdiagnosis or whatever. I get all of that. But also, like, there is a spike because there's more awareness. It's new.
Exactly. I love Gen Zs. They're great. They're gonna change the world.
They are already. Like, I mean, like the massive like number of Gen Zs you see like at protests for, like, you know, I don't know, peace rallies and protests and like everything. The change, like climate change and LGBTQ rights, and like, I don't know, Gen Zs are like up to some good, you know? Yeah.
I have a question for you as well.
Yes.
Speaking of ages, if you had one thing, let's make it two. If you had two things that you would tell your 15-year-old self, what?
Two things.
Yeah, we can start with one and see how we go.
I would just tell her that she's fine the way she is. Like, I'll just tell her you're okay the way you are. Like, you don't need to try so hard to like fit in or do this or do that, or, you know, all of that. I think that would be the first thing to like calm her down and tell her that you don't need to like try so hard. It's okay. You just be yourself, and it is okay to be yourself. You're good the way you are. So that would be one thing. I think the second thing I would say is that you are loved. Like, yeah, you're not alone. That's what I would tell her. Yeah,
that's good. I'm sure she would appreciate hearing that.
Yeah, I think she would. What would be two things that you would say to your younger self?
Why did I do this? I would probably say, I would say it's okay. It's okay. It will be okay. I used to, for the longest time, I've been an overthinker for the longest time, and I don't know where it came from, but I just found myself like this. And like, even though like I used to be the youngest child and the most spoiled one, but I do remember feeling like I was too serious. Like there's something like I'm carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders. I don't know why. I'll just be in my books trying to like study or do something. But if I could go back now, I'll just tell it myself it's okay. I don't need to do that. Some things that I was supposed to learn at that age, I'm relearning anyway. So like you catch up eventually. So that's one thing I would tell myself. Another thing, damn, this is hard. I'll probably give myself a hug if that's a thing that I could do. Cause I'm gonna start getting a little bit emotional. I don't know. We love each other in my family. Like we know, but we're not very physical. Like I could like my brother is now, I don't know, he's doing a lot of growing up on himself, and he'll come and hug you, and to me it's just still weird. It's like, get away from me.
Don't touch me.
Yeah, don't touch me. The other day, I think a few years ago, we were watching a show with my sister, and then somebody was being awkward about telling somebody they loved them, and I laughed at it. I was like, it's just two words, and my sister was like, well, tell me you love me then. And I was like, oh. So I don't know what it is. It might be a culture thing, or it just might be a me thing, but physical touch has not been something that I've been into, and I feel like I missed out on it a lot. So like just hug myself, and I don't know. I feel like that would heal a lot of things. Just having an older me probably look like I've figured things out. I wouldn't tell her I haven't. But you know, just that presence of me being older and just hugging myself around, that gives me, it feels like something warm would happen.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's beautiful. I love that. I think like this is like sometimes like a hug can like it holds so much power.
Yeah,
I don't know, like hugs are
exactly.
just magical. I think for me, like, and also like I relate to that experience, and I don't know if it's like that generation or I don't know what it is, but like I also grew up with like not a lot of like touchy feely family, and we wouldn't say I love you to each other growing up.
Strange,
It was
right?
just like it was like but like I know we had other ways of showing love or expressing love, and I'm sure your family had them as well, but like but this like very obvious way where you say it, because sometimes you just need to hear that, right? Or sometimes you just need a hug, and that cures all your wounds.
I know,
Times, you know? So like I don't know, like I experienced that, and I feel that now because of that I like my one of my very strong love languages is physical touch, and like even with my family, like I've started doing that. Like we wouldn't do that in my family, but like my mom came and stayed over for a couple of months, and I would give her like random hugs or like kisses or like and then tell her that I love you, and even like say thank you for like for cooking for me or whatever, like, you know, because we never do that, like we never acknowledged that in our family. I started doing that, and it was so like not normal for me when I started, but I was like, I'm gonna do that. And I remember like saying I love you to my mom like the first few times, because I'm like, I want her to say that, but also I will start that, so that will like also teach her that it's okay to say. And then now we say that to each other often. And like even with my sister, I still haven't done that with my brother. He's like very closed off, and he's also quite introverted in that sense. So it's like hard for me to like pierce into that, but maybe I should. But yeah, but like I'm slowly starting to like trying to like break that in my family slowly. And is that like that for you as well? Where you like, is your one of your love languages physical touch now?
I don't think so. I would like it to be.
Yeah.
It's just I still need to work on like being touched. I don't like.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if I initiate it, it's fine. But like, I don't know what it is. It's just something that I didn't grow up around. I do admire people that do a lot of physical touching, but it's just it's strange territory for me.
Yeah, but that's, I mean, it's kind of understandable, because like that's never been your. But also it's amazing that been like, of all of that, like what you would give to your younger self is a hug. Like that's physical, and how healing also that is for you at the same time. I think that's beautiful. I think I had like one more question for you, or like something I've noticed is that you're also a perfectionist. Like with like you want things proper, and you do things properly, and even like, you know, I've noticed that like in work as well, like with meetings and, you know, all that, like you're pretty good, like, you know, with like structuring things and doing, and like, yeah. Tell me about being a perfectionist.
I don't think I'm a perfectionist.
No.
I just
Okay, just for the record, in our last conversation,
I know where this is coming from.
You
I know.
accepted and you said that yourself, that I am a bit of a perfectionist. Not you.
That's because I feel like I should explain, but I don't know how to explain it. I don't think overall, like generally in my life, I'm a perfectionist, but I do like having some order to things.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's as extreme as you think it is. I am very, I'm messy in my life. Like, if you go to my room right now, it's not great.
Okay, if I go to your room right now, what am I, like, walk me through it.
Okay, so if you go, oh shit.
Except all the sex toys that you told me about.
They are hidden. They're very well concealed.
What was that vibrator thing that you talked about? I don't think I should be talking to you like that. We work together. Fuck. I forgot for a second. Sorry for being myself. Anyway, okay. If I walk into your room, walk me through it. What does it look like? How messy is it?
Let's say, so if you walk into your right, there's my wee office setup. There's like, I got a couch in there and a mini desk. There's a lot of papers from work scattered all over the desk. And then I do a lot of this, so I'm buying yarn every time.
There's a kilo of crochet material there.
There's is it called an ottoman? It's like a trunk thing
filled
with yarn, and there's like books and other yarns on top of it. And then my bed's made, but I did some washing today, so I just threw everything on the bed.
You do that thing where you throw the washing on the bed and you're like, only then I'll remember to fold it and put it away.
Yeah.
And then you don't, and then you just chuck it on the side and you sleep on one side. Yeah.
So that's why I say I don't think I'm a perfectionist. My sister is a perfectionist. She's a bit nuts in that way. Like I do.
I hope she watches this.
Like everything is so organized with her, where it's just like everything's clean. It's just maybe not where it's supposed to be. So I think that conversation about the sweater, I feel like you can't really see it because you don't crochet. But if I go to the crochet community and show them that sweater,
there's a crochet community.
Probably. I mean, we're everywhere. I am part of this group on Facebook.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay. I'll just give some context there. So there was this like this sweater that you crocheted.
Yeah.
And it was like a beautiful like color, like amazing sweater. And I'm like looking at it in amazement, and I'm like, "That is amazing! You made it!" Like I was like, it blew my mind. Okay, and then you're like, "Yeah, it's not that great," and I'm like, "What the hell?" I thought that you're just trying to be humble or whatever. And then
No.
you're like, no, like it's not great. It was like one of my first few, and like it's not proper. It's not perfect. I think it's good. I think it's perfect. It's amazing. And you're like, you see, the pocket is a little bit tilted, and this knitting it. And I'm like, oh, what are you talking about? Like I don't even see it. So, yeah, I don't know.
mean, to be fair,
That's where I picked up that you're a perfectionist, and you agreed that day.
okay, to rebrand where I can help it, but most of the times
Okay.
I am not. Yeah, like to be fair, I probably thought that sweater was perfect when I made it. But like as I crochet more and learning more new things and looking back at where I came from, I can clearly see that it's a mess.
I see crocheting as a nerdy thing. Is that wrong?
Probably not.
Probably not,
I'm
eh?
not one to speak because I'm definitely a nerd, Komal.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah.
You should see what I watch, what I read. It's, it's very
What do you
nerdy.
watch and read? Okay, what are your top 3 things that you would watch and top 3 things that you'd read? Oh my God!
Supernatural.
How excited that got you tells me how much of a nerd you are. I would struggle with that question. I'm like,
Yeah, no, I was born for this question. So 3 things I would watch that I watch. I've finished the shows, but I still rewatch them. So there's a show called Supernatural.
oh yes.
Yeah, it's about 2 brothers who hunt monsters. It's the family business. Oh, I just quoted the show. And then Doctor Who. Oh, I'm a
Okay.
huge Doctor Who
Okay,
nerd.
that
You
is
could ask
nerdy.
me
That
anything
is
and I will
nerdy.
tell you.
Yeah. Oh my God, this is like new information I'm learning about you. I knew you were an introvert. I didn't know the nerdy side.
And then there's Sherlock Holmes, the series.
Wow.
If that show was a person, I would fight to marry that person. I don't say this about anybody else, but man,
You don't take it lightly.
yeah, no, that show is amazing, beautifully
Oh,
written.
wow.
All the nerds they know what's up. What do you watch?
I watched Chef last night, and then
Okay.
Black Mirror.
Oh, Black
Before
Mirror
that,
is good.
Black Mirror is good. And then I think what else did I watch? Yeah, I like a lot of times like I watch things and I get bored and I stop watching them. Is that normal?
Yeah. Why do you think I keep rewatching the same thing?
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's what you're watching or what you
Yeah.
watch. Top 3. What about reading? What are your top 3?
I read a lot of smut, they call it. And I'll leave you to research it if you don't know what that is.
I have what did you say? What?
I think it's called smut. S-M-U-T.
Smart. SMUT smart.
It's spicy books.
I have
I
no
haven't
idea.
read them in so long, but I don't know. Other nerdy girlies just
So okay, give me a name of either a book or an author like from that genre.
Oh. I have to find one. There was this really good one that I started reading. Gosh, what's the title? I'll have to find it and WhatsApp it to you. But it's
Okay, smart.
It's
That's
about
the
a
first time I'm
widow.
hearing that. Are you one of those people who like reads like these sexy books and then
and,
uses-
and then what? I cut you off quickly. And then what?
I love where this conversation is going.
Other things that I would read. There's this book. It's a children's book that I read when I was like 15, and I just love that book forever. It's a trilogy, actually. It's called The Book of Lies by James Moloney.
What's in that?
So it's about this boy who gets placed in an orphanage. He's got no memory of who he is and who everybody else is, and he just meets a bunch of interesting people in there. And there's this guy who's a wizard, but we didn't know was a wizard, who looks after them. So turns out this little boy was a prince, and he had 2 other siblings, but because they're, you know how old people used to be, scrambling for power and whatnot, his dad hired a wizard to erase their memory and relocate them, so that they're not found until the war is finished. So he was kind of rediscovering that. He also learned he's a wizard as well. I'm not doing it justice. But
did they make a movie about that?
No, unfortunately, they did not. But there's another movie. It's called Children of Blood and Bone. It's I forget her name as well. She's a Nigerian English author, and now I saw that they're adapting a movie. And there's like really cool actresses that are in there, and I'm just freaking excited.
That's awesome.
So actually, that would be my number 1, maybe, or number 2.
Movie?
Book.
Oh, book. Okay, yeah.
If I was to recommend one, Children of Blood and Bone would be the best one, because it's kind of addresses the society's issues, but it puts a fantasy spin on it. So there's obviously like segregation and just little factions of people who think they're better than others, oppressing other people. So it's just real life, except people have magic.
That's cool.
Yeah, which is kind of nice, because sometimes I don't like reading for educational purposes. I just want to escape.
Yeah.
So that's a good book to read. Oh, 6 of Crows is also a good one.
That's like 5 books. You would just like, I mean, you already, and this. And like 20 books later. And
I feel like I feel left out if I don't say that.
I know, it's not fair, right? Out of respect, there's like 20 more books. I think I get along so well with my younger sister. Yeah, like she's quite into like books, and like she writes a lot of stuff.
I thought when I was young, I thought I would grow up to be a writer. I used to like.
What happened to that?
I don't know. It just faded away slowly.
Do you still write, or like?
No? I mean, I make scenarios in my head, but I don't. I don't know how that died down, because like I was pretty onto it. I would spy on everybody in the house. And
I love where this is gonna go. I really love this story.
After dinner, I had like I thought I was on TV. I had a news segment, and everybody would stop what they're doing, so I could read the news to them. And then on the entertainment section, I would like talk about everything I found out that people were hiding.
Oh my god, I love that so much. You got like a gossip section in your
Yeah, it used to be a whole thing, and my older brother would give me like pointers on how like to present and do whatnot. I was very into it.
Oh, I love this. I think this has been amazing. I love this so much. I can do this for another 2 hours. But like, I don't think I have like a lot more. But do you have anything else that you like had prepared, or had any other questions?
Oh yeah, it's been great. I don't think I have any more like questions to grill you on. Next time I will, because now I know what it's like.
Then maybe you'll be able to introduce me a little bit better.
Excuse you. I think I did a good job. I've definitely learned a few things about you. You like instigating things. Instigating things and then leaving me in the deep end. You threw me under the bus about those books, and then about my my toys. You brought it up, and then you left me in there fighting for my life, trying to explain. What steps do you take when a lion is chasing you?
I don't know, big steps.
You got it, yeah, big ones. Because you're running.
Okay, how many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh? It's a very logical and a very smart question. How many tentacles? Oh, fuck! You just said tentacles. Why did the invisible man turn down the job offer?
No, because I couldn't see him.
Because he couldn't see himself doing it.